Speaking of Commonwealth Games, I'd like to recognize Mr. Pradeep Sood, who's the chair of the Commonwealth Games Foundation for Canada, who's with us today and with whom the Royal Commonwealth Society of Toronto is engaging in a partnership with the Commonwealth Games Foundation. So thank you, Pradeep, for being with us. And now on to our next speaker, the talented and accomplished young man who now serves as Trade Commissioner at the Consulate General of Canada in the US, where he practices commercial diplomacy and supporting setting up small and medium enterprises in their growth and expansion. His many years of engagement in socioeconomic issues has taken him on deployments from post-apartheid townships in Cape Town to Ukraine and Malawi polling stations, all the way to Colombia's hilltop villages. He has also led the Canadian G7 youth delegation negotiations on the future of work. This young man was Canada's youth ambassador for the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. He's a Queen's Young Leader and one of Canada's 2018 future foreign policy makers. I present to you Aaron Joshua Pinto.
Ever wonder why we have milk bags in Canada when much of the world uses cartons or bottles? Think about it. Odd, right? Think about this too. In Canada, we identify places by street names, but imagine you're in Ghana and trying to find a friend's house. Well, good luck. The thing is, most streets don't have an official name, street sign, or house number. It's this house by this tall palm tree or by that small shop. Bizarre, huh? Well, you better get ready to hang your laundry outside on bamboo poles, not your typical dryer in Singapore. Drive on the left side of the road, not right in Antigua. Use a squat toilet, not a flush in India and Asia. Dance your way through not just a marching South African protest. Count down a musical beat in West Africa with 2, 4, 3, 1, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Odd, strange, weird, or just different. Hi everyone, my name is Aaron Pinto and I'm a Queen's Young Leader. I love finding a different point of view or a different way of doing things. There's a saying out there that goes, the opposite of every truth is just as true. I love that sometimes we need to go to the opposite side of the world to realize assumptions that we didn't even know we had, and realize that the opposite of them may also be true. So take that world map and turn it right upside down. Weird? Yes. Bit uneasy? Yeah. But upside down or downside up, either way, it's still very much a map of our world. Being a child of the Commonwealth, born in the Middle East of Indian heritage and growing up in Canada, now in the States, has given me a different lens and allowed me to embrace the world as it truly is. But growing up in Canada, as blessed as we are, we've been brought up and educated, conditioned to see and think about our world in a certain way. Now, bagged milk is one thing, but what about the many assumptions we make every day about the way we or others live, think, see, drink, eat, love, feel? The biases that constrain our ability to truly appreciate the world's diversity, quirks, oddities, and differences. How can we change and remedy this? Well, the way I see it, one way is precisely through the Commonwealth. Quite simply, the Commonwealth gives us the massive power of perspective. A home to almost a third of the world's population, close to 2 billion, from an eclectic mix of countries from the UK, South Africa, Malaysia, Swaziland, now Eswatini, to the island countries of the Caribbean and Pacific like Samoa and Tuvalu. It's sort of a mini global United Nations, bridging the small and the mighty, the global South and the North, all with a common language, common law, common approach to democracy. The Commonwealth gives us a chance to challenge our conditioned thinking by thinking across a sheer diversity of cultures. It gives us a window into realities, human realities, whether inspired or unnerving or peculiar in different parts of the world, whether it's navigating to your friend's house in Ghana or letting your laundry dry in Singapore. More than ever, this matters. Because in connecting with and understanding the other, in coming to terms with things we find weird or unable to fully grasp, this allows us to challenge our assumptions, to think outside the box, thrust out of our comfort zones, to critically assess our world, respect different approaches. And if you really think about it, it's only by doing this that true innovation and meaningful civic engagement truly happens. Now, while I said earlier, I'm a child of the Commonwealth, I'd also like to go further and say that I'm a product of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth shaped me through its programs for young people that I've been fortunate to take part in. For decades, the Commonwealth has shown significant leadership on young people's participation and capacity building, and it's a strategic practicality, in fact. More than 60% of the Commonwealth are under 30. That's a lot of young people and a huge amount of human potential that needs to be leveraged and empowered. As a result, a big part of the Commonwealth today is focused on young people and young people alone. A large civil society has actually been born through the Commonwealth, allowing it to be a real force for good. And this enables us to embrace a greater diversity of culture, thought, opinion, and ways of doing things, building perspective along the way. And the good news for you, the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition is one of a great many. Interested in politics? Apply for a week-long Commonwealth Youth Parliament that can give you the opportunity to experience parliamentary democracy and discuss global issues. Passionate about youth representation? Throw your hat in the ring to be part of the Commonwealth Youth Council, one of the largest and diverse youth-led organizations that advocates for youth participation. There's the Commonwealth Youth Gender and Equality Network, focused on inclusion of youth voices on gender equality issues. Or check out the other youth networks on sport, climate, peace, health and democracy, and human rights. Attend the Commonwealth Youth Forum in a new country and shape international youth policy. Refine your business skills through the Commonwealth Alliance of Young Entrepreneurs. Compete in the Commonwealth Youth Games. Love journalism? YourCommonwealth.org is your go-to. A website created by young people, students, and emerging youth leaders to give voices to their views. Student advocate? Think about joining the Commonwealth Students Association. Want to connect with other youth leaders? Join the Royal Commonwealth Society Associate Fellow Network, a collection of 1,300 youth champions. Looking to be recognized for your community work, obtain education funding, or be a better global citizen? Well, apply for the Commonwealth Youth Awards, the prestigious Commonwealth Scholarships, or the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Scholarships. There's a ton more. And please feel free to connect with me, but we'll also share these opportunities with you after the event. You, as a Canadian, a citizen of the Commonwealth, can apply and take part. I encourage you to make the jump and get involved in what the Commonwealth has to offer young people like you. Use the platform it gives you. Trust me, you'll be surprised where it just might take you. On a final but important note, now it would be wrong to pretend or tiptoe around the fact that every country in the Commonwealth has enjoyed exactly the same history. They haven't. But we can't necessarily look at the colonial Commonwealth from the lens of today. History, as we know, evolves. And just like the age-old institution of Parliament, the Commonwealth also has an inherent power to reinvent itself, to reflect a changing world. That's a very important quality. What's more is that it's up to us youth to grapple with its legacy and formulate something new and profound by using the very links to the world, the friends and networks around us that the Commonwealth itself gives us. Remember, nothing is truly weird. Even our good old Canadian milk bags. It's just different. And with perspective, I hope the Commonwealth will help you see this too. Congratulations, Cassandra. My thanks to Colin and Andrew at RCS Toronto for having me. A special thank you to you, Your Honor. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Aaron. I know these were words of inspiration meant for our students, but even at my old age, I'm beginning to be inspired by those words of encouragement. Thank you so much for making yourself available and for motivating our young students on the rich and promising opportunities in the Commonwealth. Like you, I'm confident our students here today will endeavor to be engaged in the Commonwealth through the Royal Commonwealth Society of Toronto and achieve the many successes you've been fortunate to achieve. We wish you well as a distinguished future foreign policy maker. Thank you, Aaron.